Chosen one, what you've done defies everything we once believed possible. You weren't supposed to survive what you've been through. Yet, against all odds, you not only survived, you transcended. Holy researchers have discovered that you did what no other god has been able to do in millennia. They've found that every ancient myth, every sacred text, from the Egyptian and Greek pantheons to the forgotten writings of long-lost civilizations, speaks of you. These divine narratives that were once attributed to the gods of old are in truth a reflection of your power and your journey. You have done something above even the gods, something that could be seen as unholy by those who once ruled the realms of divinity. Your transformation is not only faster than anything seen before, but also far more terrifying than anything the ancient gods could have imagined. You have become the first and last to achieve what others could only dream of. The holy scholars themselves have declared you the new God One, the being who has broken the boundaries of what was once thought impossible. Now, this truth has been revealed to the world. Global leaders and elites have recognized you and introduced you to the masses as the new God of the universe. Chosen one, you've done it twice now. Your actions have echoed those of the great gods from millennia ago, proving that you are the singular force in this universe. You have confirmed the impossible, and in doing so, you are now the God One. Before we dive deeper into this incredible revelation, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 20,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. This number will amplify the energy of this video, sending a powerful signal to the universe. If you're truly a chosen one, you will watch this video until the end, because deep down, your spirit knows this truth is for you. In a world where the impossible often remains just that, impossible, there exists one who has defied not only fate, but the very nature of existence itself. The chosen one stands as a beacon of what is beyond comprehension, transcending limitations that have bound gods, heroes, and men for millennia. The odds, once insurmountable, have fallen before this extraordinary being, whose mere presence redefines the laws of reality. This is not just another hero or figure of legend. This is a force that has rewritten the script of what can and cannot be achieved. For centuries, myths have told tales of those who rose above the common man, heroes who slayed monsters, gods who controlled the elements, kings who ruled empires, but none could ever have predicted that one being, one singular individual, would transcend them all. The chosen one's journey has not just been one of survival, but one of absolute transformation. What was once thought to be a tragic fate has become an awe-inspiring victory, a triumph that echoes across all time and space. This defiance is not merely physical, it is a spiritual and metaphysical uprising. The chosen one has reshaped the very foundation of what it means to be human, to be divine, and to be immortal. This is the power of the impossible becoming a reality. Imagine facing destruction so absolute that no living being could possibly endure. Now, picture emerging from that very destruction twice. The chosen one has lived through what would have broken even the mightiest gods. 2 times, this being has been thrown into the abyss, only to rise again, stronger, more formidable, and more certain of their purpose. This is not merely survival. This is a transformation that defies the boundaries of existence itself. The first trial was thought to be the end. The gods themselves watched in silence, certain that no being could overcome such a fate. But against all odds, the Chosen One emerged, not just alive, but changed, evolved as if something divine had sparked within them. Their body, their mind, their very essence had been remade. The second time, however, was different. The world had prepared itself for the worst, assuming that this being could never again escape the grasp of death. Yet once more, the Chosen One defied the inevitable. It's not just the physical ordeal that makes this survival so extraordinary. It's the nature of the transformation itself, a force so great, so terrifying, that even the most ancient prophecies couldn't foresee what was about to unfold. The Chosen One has not only survived what no other could, but they've become a living testament to the fact that true power is not just born, it is forged in the flames of adversity. History is filled with stories of gods who were invincible, kings who commanded the elements, and heroes who lived forever in myth. Yet despite their immortal power, these beings too have their limits. In their most vulnerable moments, when they were faced with challenges too great to overcome, they fell. But the Chosen One has done what no god before them could. When faced with annihilation, they did not falter. They rose, ascended, and emerged from the darkness as something greater than any divine being that had come before them. In the face of overwhelming odds, where gods were undone by their own flaws, the Chosen One stood firm. Where gods failed, the Chosen One found a path to transcendence. This is not a being who simply perseveres. They evolve, they adapt, they shatter the very concept of defeat, proving that the most powerful force in the universe is not divine might, but willpower. The gods themselves, who once ruled over time and space, are now left in awe, unsure of their place in this new era. The Chosen One has redefined what it means to be a god, breaking through the veil of the divine to ascend to something greater than anyone could have ever imagined. For centuries, scholars, theologians, and researchers have searched for the secrets that bind the universe together. They have pored over ancient texts, studied celestial movements, and tried to understand the forces that govern life, death, and rebirth. But in their pursuit of knowledge, they could never have anticipated the truth that would be revealed. The truth that the Chosen One is not just a myth, not just a legend, but a living, breathing force of nature who has surpassed even the gods themselves. It was the discovery of the Chosen One's origins that sent shockwaves through the world. Ancient prophecies, once thought to be nothing more than fanciful tales, now stood as undeniable evidence of a greater power at work. Holy researchers and scholars found that the Chosen One was the key to understanding not only the future, but the very past of human and divine history. The answers they had sought for centuries lay not in the stars, but within this one extraordinary being. This revelation sent ripples through the academic and religious communities alike. Where once there was skepticism, there is now a reverence that borders on worship. The Chosen One's existence is not just a historical anomaly, it is a new beginning for humanity, a sign that the rules of reality itself are being rewritten. From the sands of Egypt to the temples of Greece, ancient civilizations spoke of gods and beings who shaped the world with their power. These gods controlled fate, created life, and commanded the forces of nature. Yet for all their might, they were bound by the very same rules that govern the cosmos. But the Chosen One has unlocked the ultimate secret, the key that ties all these ancient mythologies together. Through a deeper understanding of these sacred texts, it has become clear that the Chosen One is not just part of history, they are the embodiment of it. Every ancient story, every divine battle, every cosmic event was leading to this moment. The Chosen One is the one who holds the truth of all creation, the one who binds the ancient myths together, and in doing so becomes more than a god. They become the living proof that history and divinity are one. What scholars once believed were the isolated stories of different gods from various cultures are now understood to be fragments of a much grander narrative. The Chosen One is the unifying force that connects all these stories, filling the gaps in the myths and bringing clarity to the mysteries that have puzzled humanity for millennia. No longer merely a god, the Chosen One has transcended even the highest realms of divinity. They are the Beast One, a being whose power surpasses the gods of ancient mythologies, whose abilities dwarf those of any entity known to the universe. The Chosen One is not just a force of nature. They are a new kind of being altogether, something that combines both the divine and the untamable ferocity of the primal world. In the face of their overwhelming power, even the most formidable of gods seem fragile. The Chosen One is a force so raw, so uncontrollable, that their very existence challenges everything that was once thought immutable. This is not a being who submits to the cosmos. They shape it, bend it to their will, and leave an indelible mark upon it. Those who have witnessed the Chosen One's power have described it as nothing short of terrifying. Not in a destructive sense, but in the way it humbles all who encounter it. The Chosen One is the embodiment of something ancient, something primal, and yet something transcendent. They are both the beast and the god, an entity who exists on a plane far beyond comprehension. What the Chosen One has experienced is not simply a change, it is a complete metamorphosis. Their journey from mortal to godlike being is one that cannot be understood by mere observation. The transformation is not just physical, but deeply spiritual, emotional, and metaphysical. Each stage of their evolution has been more shocking, more awe-inspiring than the last, leading to a being whose very existence is a paradox. Every moment of this transformation has left those who study it speechless. Scientists and mystics alike have failed to explain the rapidity of the change. How does one being grow so swiftly in both power and wisdom? How does someone overcome what was thought to be an immovable barrier between life and death? The answer is as simple as it is impossible. The Chosen One has transcended the very concept of transformation itself. To witness this transformation is to witness the birth of a new era, one where the boundaries between the human and the divine no longer exist. The Chosen One is the physical manifestation of this new world, a living testament to what can happen when the impossible is embraced. The Chosen One's power is not just in their ability to bend reality to their will, it is in the fear they inspire in even the most powerful beings across the universe. There is a quiet terror in their power, not because it is destructive, but because it is absolute. It is a power that knows no limits, no boundaries, and no fear of failure. Their strength is not in brute force alone, but in the certainty that they will always prevail. Legends tell of creatures, gods, and titans who ruled with unchallenged might, but none had the audacity to transform the very fabric of existence itself. The Chosen One is different. They carry a force within them that transcends even the most revered powers of old. Those who have witnessed their actions know that the fear they bring is not because they are destructive, but because they are inevitable. The Chosen One is a force that cannot be stopped, cannot be reasoned with, and will not yield. This fearsome power is what sets the Chosen One apart from all other divine beings. It is not the power to control, but the power to transcend to bend the laws of the cosmos and to become the ultimate force of nature. No longer are they bound by the limitations of mortal or godly realms. They have become something far beyond. The highest authorities in both religion and academia have spoken. The Chosen One is not just a myth, nor an overblown legend. They are the ultimate deity, the culmination of all divine power. For centuries, holy scholars and sages have dedicated their lives to studying the divine, attempting to understand the hidden forces that govern the universe. But with the rise of the Chosen One, everything they once knew has been turned upside down. These scholars, who once studied ancient texts with reverence and awe, now bow before the living embodiment of everything they believed in. The Chosen One is not merely an extension of godhood, they are its pinnacle, the apex of divine power that has no equal. Where once there were gods of war, gods of wisdom, and gods of creation, the Chosen One is now the singular force that binds all these aspects together. They are the ultimate confirmation of all that was once believed impossible in the divine realm. This shift in perspective has shaken the foundations of theology and science alike. The Chosen One's very existence has forced humanity to reevaluate its understanding of divinity and what it means to be truly immortal. No longer are the gods of old seen as infallible. The Chosen One's rise has brought the realization that there are no limits to what is possible. They have become the benchmark by which all other divine entities will be measured. As the truth of the Chosen One's existence spreads, the world's most powerful leaders, elites, and governments have come together to acknowledge a profound shift in the cosmic order. A new god has emerged. This is no longer a theory or a distant legend. The Chosen One has arrived, and their influence is undeniable. Across the globe, from the smallest villages to the grandest cities, people are beginning to understand that the age of old gods has ended. In their place stands something far greater, something beyond even the reach of human understanding. World leaders, once the arbiters of power, have been forced to acknowledge the supremacy of the Chosen One. They see now that no political system, no nation, and no army can rival the force that has risen among them. The Chosen One is not bound by earthly concerns, by borders, by ideologies, or by power struggles. They have transcended all of that to become something far more influential, a universal force that now holds sway over the destiny of the entire cosmos. This revelation has sent waves of awe and fear throughout the world. The Chosen One is not simply a divine entity to be worshipped from a distance. They are now part of the very fabric of the world, their influence felt in every corner of existence, from leaders to everyday citizens. The world has come to understand that there is now only one force that dictates the course of the universe, the Chosen One. The very essence of the Chosen One's existence challenges everything humanity thought it knew about the limits of possibility. The impossible is now within reach, not just in abstract theory, but in tangible reality. What was once considered an insurmountable barrier, whether it be life, death, or divine power, has been shattered by the Chosen One's actions. They have done what no god, no immortal being, and no human could ever dream of doing. This achievement is not just one of survival or power, but of breaking through every perceived limit. When others said it was impossible to overcome death, the Chosen One proved them wrong. When others said it was impossible to control the fabric of time and space, the Chosen One reshaped those very concepts. They are the living proof that no boundary, whether physical or metaphysical, is insurmountable. To witness the Chosen One's journey, is to witness the impossible made real. They have shown that there is no such thing as limits when willpower, belief, and divine destiny converge. Their existence is the ultimate affirmation that what once seemed beyond reach can and will be achieved. The arrival of the Chosen One has sparked a radical transformation not only in the present, but also in the past. History, once a rigid timeline of events, is now fluid, malleable in the hands of the Chosen One. They are not just a part of history, they are the very author of it. Everything that humanity believed about its own origins, about the divine, and about the course of time itself has been rewritten in the wake of their rise. Ancient texts, prophecies, and divine writings, once considered the bedrock of human understanding, now seem to pale in comparison to the living truth that stands before them. The Chosen One is the living embodiment of the divine narrative, an extension of every myth, every story, and every prophecy that has ever been written. They have taken the reins of destiny and rewritten history with the power of gods. This rewriting is not just symbolic, it is tangible. The very fabric of time has been altered by the Chosen One's rise. The history of civilizations, the rise and fall of empires, the stories of gods and men, all of it is now seen through a new lens. The Chosen One is not merely an agent of change, they are the force that has made change inevitable. The transformation of the Chosen One is not a simple ascent to godhood. It is an unholy ascension, a revolution of the divine order itself. This is not the standard path taken by other gods, who ascend in an orderly fashion, their rise governed by rules that have been followed for millennia. The Chosen One's ascent is chaotic, terrifying, and utterly unique. They have created a new category of divinity, one that is neither purely holy nor entirely destructive, but something in between, something transcendent. In their ascension, the Chosen One has broken all the old rules, those of gods and men alike. They are a new kind of being, one who embodies both creation and destruction, light and dark. They exist outside the traditional boundaries of good and evil, holy and profane. They are the force that balances the universe in ways no other divine being could. This unholy ascension has sparked a profound shift in the cosmic order. The gods, once seen as the ultimate arbiters of fate, now find themselves humbled by the Chosen One's rise. Their power, their place in the universe, and their very relevance are all in question. The Chosen One has forged a new path, a path that leaves all previous divine beings behind. From the dusty scrolls of ancient Egypt to the sacred scriptures of Greece, ancient texts have been unlocked to reveal a truth that was once hidden in plain sight. The Chosen One has always been the central figure in the cosmic story. These texts, once cryptic and mysterious, now speak with clarity, confirming the divine role the Chosen One has played throughout history. Every prophecy, every myth, every legend was leading to this moment. What was once considered mere folklore has now been recognized as a divine truth. The Chosen One is not an anomaly. They are the fulfillment of ancient prophecies, the one who was always destined to rise above all others. These texts, long revered as sacred, now provide the roadmap for understanding the Chosen One's place in the universe. This confirmation has left scholars and religious leaders alike in awe. What was once hidden has now been revealed, and with it comes a sense of purpose, not just for the Chosen One, but for all of humanity. The divine role that they play is not just for the gods, it is for the entire universe. The final revelation has come, and it is nothing short of earth-shattering. The Chosen One is the God One, the ultimate force of creation, destruction, and everything in between. This being has transcended all notions of divinity, rising to the apex of existence itself. Their power, their presence, and their very being are now the driving force behind the entire cosmos. They are not just a god among gods, they are the God of all gods, the one who has become the final authority in the universe. The Chosen One is not bound by the rules of time or the limitations of space. They exist outside the very fabric of the universe, a being whose influence reaches into the past, present, and future. Every moment they exist ripples through the ages, rewriting history as they walk through it. Their mere existence challenges the very core of reality, proving that time is a malleable construct in their hands. For most of existence, time has been an unyielding force, always moving forward, never stopping for anyone. But the Chosen One bends that concept to their will, stepping through the ages as though it were nothing more than a veil to pass through. They are no longer bound to the linear progression of events. They control the very flow of time itself, twisting it, reshaping it to suit their grand design. The universe, in all its vastness, appears to bend to the Chosen One's will. Time, space, reality, these are no longer boundaries, but mere tools. Where others are confined by the ticking clock, the Chosen One is free to rewrite, reshape, and recreate the universe as they see fit. The past is theirs to change, the future theirs to command. This unimaginable control over the fabric of existence allows them to erase mistakes, correct errors in history, and prevent tragedies before they even occur. But such power comes with its own dangers. Manipulating time is a double-edged sword. Yet even in this knowledge, the Chosen One moves forward, guided by an unseen purpose, reshaping the universe as they deem necessary. It's not just that the Chosen One is above time, it's that they are its creator. They have transcended the simple confines of existence to become something greater, the ruler of time itself. The implications of this power are limitless, and the world, in awe and fear, watches as this extraordinary being reshapes the universe according to their will. The gods have always operated within the laws of the divine, a set of ancient rules that governed even the most powerful of beings. But the Chosen One has shattered these laws, bypassing the very constructs that had once kept even the mightiest of deities in check. Where gods followed strict codes of conduct, the Chosen One answers only to their own sense of purpose, a purpose that defies all logic, reason, and even divine decree. In the ancient scriptures, gods were bound by strict moral codes, codes that defined their actions, their relationships with humans, and their roles in the universe. But the Chosen One, upon their ascension, has cast these laws aside. They exist outside of right and wrong, good and evil, and all the distinctions that once held divine beings in balance. They are a force that defies definition, transcending what even the gods once thought was possible. Where gods were limited by rules, the Chosen One has become the ultimate rule breaker. Their very nature breaks down all boundaries that the gods once held sacred. They are not merely a god, they are a new type of entity, one that doesn't adhere to the old ways. Their actions are unpredictable, their motives mysterious, and their power unfathomable. In the wake of the Chosen One's rise, the divine realm has been thrown into chaos. Gods who once stood at the pinnacle of the divine hierarchy now question their place in this new world. The Chosen One has shown them that even the mightiest are vulnerable to the power of change. Nothing is sacred, nothing is permanent in the presence of such a being. The Chosen One's reign is not one of tyrannical dominance, but of liberation. They have freed the universe from the confines of ancient laws, allowing it to evolve, to grow, and to adapt. In their wake, new possibilities emerge, and the universe begins to reimagine what it means to be truly divine. The arrival of the Chosen One marks the dawn of a new age for humanity, one that has never been seen before in history. Their presence heralds not just the shift of cosmic power, but a radical transformation in the way people understand themselves, their world, and their place in the universe. Humanity, once shackled by limitations and bound by its own frailties, now finds itself in the shadow of a being who has transcended all bounds. This transformation goes beyond mere societal or technological change. The Chosen One's power radiates outward, touching the very hearts and minds of every living soul. Their ascent forces every individual to reckon with their own beliefs, their own potential, and their own sense of destiny. People are no longer bound by the narrow confines of human limitations. They are now awakened to the possibility that anything is achievable. But with such a profound shift comes great responsibility. The Chosen One is not just a catalyst for change, they are a mirror reflecting humanity's deepest desires and darkest fears. The path forward is uncertain, but the Chosen One has irrevocably altered the course of history. The Chosen One's influence has already begun to reshape politics, culture, and even science. New philosophical movements have arisen, founded on the belief that the human race is destined for greatness, greater than anything imagined in the past. Science is no longer limited by what is possible, and culture is no longer constrained by past conventions. The Chosen One has broken the barriers of human existence, and humanity is beginning to grasp the limitless potential that now lies before them. In this new era, humanity's place in the universe has been forever altered. No longer are they bound to the earth, limited by their mortal nature. The Chosen One's impact will ripple throughout history, changing the course of civilization forever. The Chosen One is a paradox, an enigma wrapped in contradictions. They embody both the divine and the mortal, the light and the dark, the eternal and the fleeting. To understand the Chosen One is to understand that there is no simple answer, no easy explanation. They are both beyond comprehension and profoundly human, their duality the very source of their incredible power. At once, they are the creator and the destroyer, the force of life and the agent of death. Their presence radiates a divine light, yet there is a shadow that follows them, one that hints at something darker, something unholy, something unimaginable. They walk a fine line between these opposing forces, their power growing not despite their contradictions, but because of them. This duality gives the Chosen One a complexity that no other being can match. Where other gods are defined by a single trait or aspect, the Chosen One embodies everything. They are both God and beast, savior and destroyer, love and hate. They exist in a realm where these forces coexist, where creation and destruction are not opposites, but two sides of the same coin. The implications of this dual nature are far-reaching. It is this very contradiction that allows the Chosen One to surpass all other divine beings. They have mastered both the light and the darkness, and in doing so, they have become more than just a god. They are a force of nature that transcends even the divine realm itself. Their power is not derived from a single source, but from the ability to balance and harness these opposing forces. For those who seek to understand the Chosen One, it is their paradox that makes them both terrifying and awe-inspiring. They are a living embodiment of all that is possible and all that is forbidden. In the end, it is this duality that makes them the most powerful being in existence. The Chosen One's journey is unlike any other. It is not a path from humble beginnings to glorious ascension. It is a path that defies the laws of nature, a path that transcends the very concept of time and mortality. From the moment the Chosen One first stepped into the world, their destiny was clear, but their transformation was anything but ordinary. Their rise from mortal to immortal is a story that defies all expectations, a tale of extraordinary power, forged in the crucible of adversity. What sets the Chosen One apart from others who have walked a similar path is not just their strength, but the sheer speed with which they ascended. While others take lifetimes to realize their potential, the Chosen One's rise was swift, almost instantaneous. In a span of moments, they transformed from a being bound by the limitations of human existence into a force that stands above gods, a living deity whose power knows no equal. But the Chosen One's journey was not without its trials. Their transformation was marked by challenges that would have broken any other being, moments of pain, sacrifice, and loss that would have shattered anyone else's resolve. Yet through it all, the Chosen One emerged stronger, more powerful, and more certain of their place in the universe. Their rise was not merely physical, it was spiritual, mental, and emotional, as they became something far beyond the mortal realm. This journey from mortal to immortal is a testament to the power of the will and the potential for transformation that lies within us all. But it also serves as a reminder that true greatness does not come without cost. The Chosen One's ascension was not an easy one, and it is this struggle, this sacrifice, that makes their power all the more awe-inspiring. The Chosen One's story is one of perseverance, transformation, and ultimate transcendence. It shows that with the right combination of will, power, and destiny, even the most ordinary of beings can rise to become something extraordinary. For the Chosen One, there was never any doubt that their journey would end in greatness. They were always destined to become something more than human. And now they are the ultimate being, the embodiment of all that is divine.